What's up guys, Nick here from Nick's Taxes, back with another video. And as we head towards December and the beginning of 2021, I want to make a quick video here to discuss 3 things that we should do regarding the CERB before our year runs out. What's so important about the end of the year? Well, the end of the year is also the end of the tax year. And so the CERB and the CRB, these are all taxable incomes. So if you received these incomes in 2020, these are going to be reported on your 2020 tax return, which means anything that you've earned between Jan 1, 2020 and December 31st, 2020, these are going to be part of your 2020 tax return. So we're going to talk about 3 things that I think are important to do right now before the end of the year. But before we jump into the channel or into the topic, thanks for tuning into the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Nick. I make videos on the Canada Recovery benefits as well as personal tax, finance, and investing. So if that's something of interest to you, please hit subscribe and please hit the like button if you get value out of this video. I'm also excited that we're heading into December and Movember is officially wrapping up, so I can get rid of the mustache and the facial hair. I'm excited for that because it's getting itchy. So first thing I want to do, we're going to go in order here of most time sensitive to the least time sensitive. So the first thing that I want to talk about is if you qualified for the CERB and you haven't actually applied for a CERB payment, you need to apply before December 2nd, 2020. So I've talked about CERB at quite a length in previous videos. So if you need to know if you qualify or what it means to qualify or how much you can get or what the period lengths are, check out my other videos. They're going to be linked at the end of this video on my CERB playlist for you to check out. If you have any questions regarding the CERB, you can also let me know, but the website is the best place to go. Either way, if you've realized, if you can go back and look at certain CERB periods that you may have qualified for but didn't actually apply for, you need to do that before December 2nd. December 2nd is a Wednesday, and there are certain periods and certain numbers that you need to call based on the period that you're applying for. So the last few periods, period 5 to 7, you can apply online through your CRA My Account, or you can call an automated toll-free number. It's 1-800-959-2019. Or if you want to apply for the first few periods, that's periods 1 to 4, you need to call an agent at 1-800-232-1966. If you're not sure if you've applied for a certain period, you can check again on your CRA My Account, and it'll be able to tell you and let you know which periods you have applied for. So you can just double check to see if you have any outstanding CERB periods that you're still available to qualify for. If you're on the CRB and you're applying for payments for the CRB, you can still apply for the CERB. When you receive these payments, it doesn't matter. It's just what period you qualify for. So I've made videos saying you can get the CERB payment and the CRB payment at the same time because you're already qualifying for different periods. Just think about it like if you worked for a month and then you worked for a second month, you got your paycheck for month 2, and the first month your employer was like, hey, we can't pay you right now. We're going to have to pay you 2 paychecks at once at the end of month 2. That's fine. Like, you don't care when you receive it as long as you receive it because you've already worked for that month. You qualify and you're entitled to that pay. It doesn't actually matter when you receive it to qualify for that because it's already a period in which you were eligible for. Same thing kind of goes with the CERB. So if you were eligible for this period and for this period, you can apply for both at the same time because even though you're getting paid at the same time, the payments are for different periods. So I want to try to make that as clear as possible. Hopefully I didn't confuse you guys, but you are entitled for the periods in which you qualified for. It doesn't matter when you actually get paid. And that's also why the CRA has let you some extra time to actually apply for these benefits. So, just in case you miss something or life happens and you haven't been able to apply yet, you're able to go back and apply. The important thing though, what does matter when you receive these payments is the year. So because they're taxable, if you receive something in 2020, it's going to be taxable in 2020's tax return. If you receive something in 2021, it's going to be taxable on the 2021 tax return. All right, so that is thing number one that we need to do, is apply for the CERB if you haven't already and you qualify. The second thing, also CERB related, is if you received a CERB this time and you didn't actually qualify for the CERB, you need to repay that amount back before the end of the year. So before December 31st, 2020, you want to make sure that you repay that CERB back to the CRA or through Service Canada, whatever you got it from, before the end of the year. Because, like I just mentioned, if you don't, it's going to be included on your tax return as taxable income, even though you didn't actually qualify for it. Because you received it and it's still in your pocket at the end of the year, it's going to be taxed. So if you realize that you maybe received a double payment, or you applied and you realized you didn't actually qualify and you want to square up, do it before the end of the year. Canada has said that there were quite a few people that received double payments when they applied through the EI program and through the MyCRA account. So at the beginning, they were really rushing to get money out. And so some people applied both through both ways and got double the payments. So if that's you, make sure to repay that amount back. If you're looking at how, the best way to do it is probably through paying it back to the CRA, and you can do it by mail, online through your financial institution, or using your CRA My account. There's a couple other options, but I'd say those are the top three. If you want to know more information, go check out the canada.ca website. But if you received, say, a CERB check and you haven't cashed it yet, you can just mail that back, or you can mail your own check to the CRA or do it online. Information on how to do that is in the CRA website, and I'll also try to include it in the description for you guys to check out. Again, if you don't repay it back, it's going to be included in your 2020 tax return. All right, thing number three that I want you guys to do before the end of 2020 is having to do with your taxes again, of course, and that is to calculate how much tax you might owe for the tax year 2020. Now, I've made a couple videos on this, on how to calculate your CERB tax or your CRB tax, and so that situation still applies, but I suggest now is a great time to do it, especially at the end of the year when the year is wrapping up and you kind of have a much greater understanding of how much money you've earned this year. Because it's the end of the year, you have an understanding of how much you've collected, including your CERB, your employment income, and whatever else you might be bringing in income-wise. Best thing to do is to go on to a personal tax calculator. I like the EY tax calculator. The Simple Tax 2020 calculator is also very good. And that one even has a little area where you can insert just your CERB income on top of your employment income and whatnot. So that's kind of cool. But go in there, take a look, put in your employment income, put in how much you received in CERB, include any RSP deductions you might have made, and all that kind of stuff up to, as far as what you know for this year. And then see how much you might actually owe in tax. Take a look at how much you've already paid in tax this year, and then take a look at how much you might owe. This will give you a good understanding of what might be coming down the pipeline when you file your taxes in March and April, so you can kind of plan accordingly. With the CERB and the CRB, the CERB was $2,000, and that's fully taxable, but no tax was withheld. So that means you're going to be fully responsible on the tax for that income. The CRB was $2,000, but they withheld 10%. So I said it before, most likely a 10% tax rate isn't going to cut it for most Canadians, so you're probably going to have to pay a little bit more in tax on those benefits. Again, Canadian tax system is progressive, so the more money you make, the more tax you're going to pay. So it really depends on your income level, how much you're going to pay in tax. And then obviously how much you've paid throughout the year is going to affect if you owe or if you're going to be in a refund. So if you're in a balance owing position, there's a couple things that you can do. And one of them I suggest is kind of putting that money aside and putting it into like a high interest savings account or some sort of investment account where you can earn some interest income on top of that amount. So that way you can kind of let your money work for you while you're waiting for tax season. So if you do it in December, you have December, January, February, March, April. April's are when your taxes are due, at the end of April. So that's essentially 5 months of interest income or investment income or through dividends or whatever that you can save and you can earn by putting this money aside now. Also, if you want to look at putting it into something like a TFSA, that would be something where you can, if you're investing it or earning interest income, that income that you're earning on top of that money would be tax free. So you wouldn't have to worry about paying taxes on any investment or interest income that you've earned during this time. So that's another thing that we can take a look at for this year, getting ready for tax season 2020. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help. Just let me know in the comments section below. And if you got value out of this video, I just really appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up button. It just lets me know that you got value out of this video and you appreciate these kind of videos, so I can continue making more kind of along this line. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I got a couple investment videos coming up that we can talk about, and kind of some 2021 personal finance goals that we can work towards. So I'm looking forward to putting those together and getting those ready for you guys. But thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. Happy taxing.